Morning everyone, and welcome to another video from Max Scraps. Today I'm going to do the first layout using the Scrapaholix kit from the kit comparison that I did earlier on in the week. So I found a sketch on Scrapper Sketch, and as soon as I saw it I thought that's basically all the stuff that I've got in this kit. So I'll put a picture of the layout at the beginning of the video. I've made a start already, so in general I don't really use coloured cardstock very much unless maybe it's to back a photo. But the sketch shows quite a big deep border in one colour, then a piece of white in the middle and then a star. So I've already cut, I think it was 8.5 maybe in the middle. Let me just double check. It's about 8.25 by 8.25. So I've done that first, and then I've cut out a piece which is 9 by 9 that I'm going to stick over the top. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do. So that's that, like that. And then the star comes slightly off the page. The photograph that I'm doing is this one of my daughter when she'd won a gold award at school, and I've backed that in the piece of yellow that I've cut out from that sheet. So I was going to put that kind of there. So the first thing I'm going to do is stick this star down. I didn't know whether to maybe put some foam behind so it'd stand slightly proud. So I might put glue around the thinner edges to start off with. Okay. And then stick that down like that. And then with some foam tape, do that so that that sort of stands proud a little bit of the page. Same. So I'm not going to do it on this one because my photograph's going to go over the top of there. This one. Like that. And then my photograph will go there on some foam. And then I found this that says "My Superstar," which I thought I might put down here somewhere. So I'm going to put my picture up on some foam first. this one, I could even put another couple of foam tabs on and have it slightly resting on the photograph. Little white bit off the bottom there. Okay, and then I also thought I might do some stitching around the edge, just because it's very sort of yellow on yellow on yellow. So get my foam. That one. This one. And I'm just going to okay, so I'll come back to you. Okay, so I'm back and I have done all the pricking of the holes for the stitches, and I've also done the actual stitching. So I thought I'd use black thread because there are bits of black in some of the embellishments that I've been looking at, and then every sort of second stitch I've threaded on a gold sequin. So as I'm looking at the layout now, I'm thinking it's still the yellow is a very dominant colour rather than the star being dominant, which is what I want. So I've brought out this other piece of paper from the pack, and I'm thinking of maybe just cutting some strips and just laying them as an extra border around, so it'll break up some of this yellow. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to move that to the side slightly. So I'm thinking maybe 1/2 inch around. So that's one for the top. That one for the side, and I will cut off the branding strip as well, which I'm going to do now. So that's for the bottom, and then that for the side. Right, so I'll bring this back in, and I'm going to put my top one on first. Like that, and then this one will match up with that. I'm just going to cut that where that card is. And tuck that behind. and then put that up a little bit. A bit lower. There we go. So that's that piece. And then I've got this piece for that side. And then I might add something there just to hide that. Right. And then I've got this piece to run along the bottom. Which I might do like that. So it just breaks up that yellow a little bit. Overlap that actually. Actually. That like that. Okay, so it's not perfect there, but it'll be fine. So that's kind of my border and my picture, and then I'm going to look through. So I've got Reach for the Stars, which I thought was quite nice, and then I've got some of these star kind of bits that I've cut out. Basically the whole of that sheet of cut parts, I did do that, I cut them all out. So I've got some of these little blue stars that will pick this up, so I could use those. I had this one, I've got that one, You Shine. Put that piece up there. I've got You're a Star, which I quite like. So I think I'm going to start sticking some of these down as well. On there, and one there, and then You're a Star I'm going to put there. And then I'm thinking that I might do a fake stitched edge along here. There we go. And then the last thing I want to do is using some Stays On ink. Mini one of those. And then somewhere I've got some little stars on a stamp. Sorry about this, bear with me. There they are. I knew I had some somewhere. I'm just going to add those into the corners. I'm going to put one in that corner there. And then one last thing, I'm just going to add a few sequins, just sort of dotted around, and then that ties in the sequins that are in the stitching. I finally got my pickup tool back from my daughter. Just there. One there. And that is the layout done. So that is the first of the layouts which I've completed from the Scrapaholix kit, and I've used the star embellishment and then just little bits of the of one of the patterned papers, and then some of the yellow cardstock to create our border. So I hope you've enjoyed today's layout. If you've not done so already, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you so much. Bye.